Exactly.
Bye, Danny.
What the fuck? I'm not gonna question that. You keep on doing that.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to the. Want to do it? Welcome to the Macarese Eddie Katsumi podcast. And Yuko's joining us.
Oh shit. Hi.
Yay!
Hello.
Hi, Yoku.
Oh god damn it.
Yes.
Today we are talking about the KV series.
Erica's favorite thing.
Erica's a nerd.
Hey!
I know. But you're gay.
Ha!
No, I'm
I mean,
not.
Yoku likes Now Nerd. She likes it.
What? What? Ow.
I just came to say hi. I can't really speak.
Okay.
But yeah. Bye.
Well,
Bye.
So I
No!
guess
Why did she go?
she had to. I'm sorry.
Did you just say he? And what did she has to do?
She can't really do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shall we talk about the KV series?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, you can start off with introducing all that shit.
It's already recording.
Don't you have to do an introduction to the fucking podcast? I mean, to
Yeah,
the
we already
podcast.
did it. Yeah, we already did it. I already said. Welcome to
That's what we're talking about.
Welcome to the Macarese Eddie Katsumi podcast. Today we are talking about the KV series.
Sweet. Should I just start us off?
Erica's favorite. And yes, you can start us off.
One of my favorites.
It's your
So
favorite.
the KV is known for its armor. It's not known for its firepower, but definitely its armor and being able to withstand anything thrown at it.
Nerd.
Which was the case in early World War II, but until as much as the war progressed, the KV became outclassed. But yeah, of course, if you didn't know, most people would say that the first thing in the family is probably the KV-1. Well, technically, the KV-1 has two other competitors, the SMK and another multi-turret vehicle. Both the SMK and the multi-turret vehicle were abandoned in the Finnish War, but later recaptured by the Soviets. After that, the KV received many hits in the Finnish, proving the KV to be an excellent vehicle and was chosen for production. KV-1s got out of the factory as fast as possible, and the KV-1s were a good decision to pick. The KV-1s could withstand anything, but they did not have that much firepower, which will become important later when we go to the next model of the KV. Like, next number.
KV2.
Yeah, but we still have a lot of KV-1s to go through.
Oh god, how many KV1s are there?
Maybe around like 4 we can discuss, but there's also one with another turret I'm not really familiar with, so yeah. But the first KV in the series is the KV-111, featured with both the roundy turret and the squarey turret. This KV possesses an L11 gun. It's not good, but it's fine for what it faces. But the gun cannot penetrate much, but it makes up for that in the armor of the KV-1. But yeah, later when the Soviets decided they needed to upgrade their vehicles, they decided to slam a lot of new armor on. So yeah, with the next KV model, that received a 76mm F32 cannon, they decided to slap armor plates on the side of the turret, making the KV-1E. So, you have this heavily armored beast that nothing can destroy, and you decide to add extra armor that isn't needed on it. Great move, Russia! You make your unpenetrable tank even more unpenetrable. Although it's not really thick plates, but they're like 25mm thick, the plates on the hull, and they're further on the turret, but it still helps a lot. It gives the KV around a little over 100mm of frontal armor.
That's little.
To be honest, that's pretty good for a KV to receive that much armor. In that time of the war, 100 millimeters is pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we go to another KV model.
But
The KV-1S.
But wait, did the KV-1's armor also fail like the T-34's?
Wait, what?
Yeah, because didn't Soviet armor fail half the times?
The KV's armor did not fail. It could withstand almost anything except the German 88 millimeter.
No, I mean like even though the shell doesn't penetrate,
Yeah.
the crew still gets killed from because the armor fails.
It's nah, that wouldn't happen. I'm not pretty sure if it happened because there's not much information on that. But shell would probably most of the time, or almost all of the time, bounce off the vehicle.
I mean, like
the armor was thick enough to withstand anything thrown at it at the time.
Oh, Yuko's back.
Yeah, the KV-1E was also used in Operation Barbarossa. The next model is the KV-1S. This is where the KV-1 slowly, very slowly, starts to take a little bit form of the KV-85. The KV-1S was like the younger brother to the KV-85. This was a way of trying to upgrade the KV with a new thicker turret.
Okay.
Or I'm not sure. The front armor of this turret is not. Yeah, the turret. No, never mind. The new KV turret is thicker in the front and all around. And this is the first time the KV-1 will receive the CIS-5 gun. This will be the farthest that the KV-1 would be upgraded, from what I know. And later we received the KV CIS-5, which has the CIS-5 cannon and has the more armored turret of all of them, with 90 millimeters in the front, all around actually 90 in the turret on the KV-1. And the KV-1 CIS-5 kept the frontal armor platings from the KV-1E, but not on the side or turret. Or it does have a little front plate on the side, but not as the same as the KV-1E. Yeah. And then, due to the Finnish war, the Soviets they decide that they need a new breakthrough vehicle, a vehicle meant to destroy structures and help the troops get to where they need. This is where the KV-2
and Alex fears it.
Yeah. This is where we go to the glorious KV-2. There are actually most people say there are two models of the KV-2. There's one with the MT1 and MT2 turret, but there's actually also a third KV-2 I'll be discussing at some point. So the first KV-2 we see is the one like in Warfare mostly known as 1939. Of course, these 1939 and 1940 will not be the designation for the vehicles. The KV-2 MT1 turret was made in 2 weeks, and the production was already slowly beginning. Around 5 KV-1 halls were received this new turret to be tested in the Finnish war. There was from U0 to U4 KV-2 KV-1s that received this new turret. U0 reported being hit 22 times without being knocked out of action. But yeah, this turret of the MT1 was not heavily armored, and it was not the best one, so it was sent back to factory for a new redrawn design. This is where the KV with the MT2 turret comes in, or the most known KV, or the most favorite KV due to its beautiful look. Now, instead of a angled turret, this one has a round plated, so it's flat plates all around, and not some weird angled shit. And yeah, it made up for that, even though it was more flat, it made a little bit up more for that in the thickness of the armor.
Yes.
Like the KV-1, the KV-2 could withstand almost anything thrown at it, except the German 88mm. The best anti-tank guns Germany had were 37mm, and they had the same amount of armaments on their vehicles, like tanks had the same armament. But yeah, the KV-2 was used in the Finnish war to destroy structures and such. It was not meant for an anti-tank role, even though the gun can certainly do that in the early stages of war, destroy vehicles. But yeah, when Operation Barbarossa came, the KV-2s were used directly in offensive combat, not being used to their intended role, but being used to destroy vehicles. Most people lead on to the KV-2 doing a great job destroying panzers, but that's simply not the case. I mean, they could pack a punch and they could take a punch, but yeah, they were not really good at destroying vehicles. They will mostly just get outmaneuvered by the infantry, artillery or something. The crew would just escape, for the vehicle and leave it, and it would just blow up. Yeah, but even though the KV-2 can cause kind of a headache for the Germans because they couldn't do anything to the vehicle from the front or the side, not even in the rear probably. But yeah, the Germans were quick. What the hell? The Germans were quick to find out that if they immobilized the vehicle by shooting the track, the crew would bail out of their vehicle and leave the KV-2. So yeah, this tactic would be quickly learned by the Germans, and KV-2s was not as feared as earlier. One of the best battles the KV-2 has been in is, I don't know exact the battle, but a KV-2 positioned itself as a crossroad where no one is supposed to pass through because tanks can almost not pass through it. There had 12 German supply trucks supporting troops and even some captured Soviets trying to retreat, I think. They see the KV-2 and think it's probably a knocked out tank. And that is until the KV-2's main gun opens fire on them. They try to pull their combat back, but the KV-2 is just too... Yeah, it's too powerful. It takes out all 12 supply trucks. All alone. And when you see... I mean, those loaders of the KV-2 must have been on something. Like fucking cocaine or something, because they were... I mean, basically, an average KV-2...
Cocaine Russian.
The average KV-2 loaders. I'm saying loaders because the KV-2 has 2 loaders. One to put in the main projectile and one to put in the shell casing.
What's a shell casing?
That's the shiny yellow part of the shell. That's the casing.
You mean gunpowder?
Yeah, well, that's the thing that holds it is called the shell casing.
Good job.
Okay. Yeah, but there is also another variant of the KV-2, and that is where it mounts a CIS-6 gun. This time the KV-2 was thought about being used as a anti-tank role, or kind of to destroy vehicles instead of.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your pilot. We're taking off from JFK Airport and arriving at San Francisco International Airport.
From what I know, only one KV-2 received the 6.6.
The calculated flight is
but yeah,
8 hours and 22 minutes. And
KV-2s were used till 1943. One KV-2 was still operating in 1943.
Wind speed at 28 knots.
I'm pleased to ask you nicely to shut the hell up.
Which one of you is talking?
Marco.
At San Francisco International Airport. Continue.
So, yeah. And KV-2 would be... KV-2 turrets would also be seen on armored trains. I swear I'll kill you. So the KV-2 was something that you will fear to run into. Even though you knew how to take it out, it was still a fear for Germans to run into, because one shell hitting you and you're dead. You have no way. Your life is taken from you. You're reduced to liquid assets. You're not alive anymore.
Elbozos.
Yeah. Sadly, we gotta move on from the KV-2, which I don't wanna.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your pilot today. We are taking off from JFK International Airport and landing in Toronto, Canada.
Marco, can you please take this serious? We're talking about tanks.
I am Humvee.
Probably the next Marco,
really?
So probably the next vehicle to talk about is probably the KV-85. This is
85?
Yeah, the 85. This tank replaced the KV-1 turrets and received a new turret that will eventually be the turret of the IS-2 and 1. This new tank featured a 85mm D5T cannon. The cannon was excellent. I mean, it could punch through a lot, but yeah, the armor of the 85 was not great. The hull was only 75mm. It could be killed by anything it faced, almost. Because at that point, the Germans had way better guns in their tanks that could easily penetrate.
The Russians failed.
I don't know really much about the KV-85, although it was a great tank, and that was eventually you can call it the prototype of the IS-1, because the KV-85 was like a way to test this new turret, I think, and that will later form into the IS-1, and later the glorious IS-2, and then it moves on from the ISs.
It's not called. You call it the JS2 because do you say Joseph Stalin or you say Stalin?
But I like to call it an IS-2.
but it's supposed to be the JS2.
Depending on how you wanna say it, you have two options. You just decide yourself. Now let me talk, you fucking gura.
It's complete Nahua. I'm good
Yeah.
to be
Marco,
I don't
let
know.
Erica speak.
Thank you, love. Or
The,
babe.
hey yo,
Shut up.
the missile.
Sus.
next tank is- the next
It knows this because it
Marco!
knows where it is.
Marco! Marco! Shut up!
If you get to a position where it now
Everyone
is.
listening to this podcast wanting to kill Marco. Alright, the
Marco,
next
really,
KV,
shut
the
up.
next KV, I don't know much about it, but I will tell anything I can find about it. The KV220. This is if you take a KV1 into Photoshop, extend the length of the hull, and add a new turret that is like a KV2 turret that was like pressed down. And features the 85mm F3 cannon. This KV has a frontal hull armor of 100mm and 100 the turret. The turret is 100 all around, and the hull is 2. No.
Etika.
Yeah.
You know, the missile knows where it is at all times.
Yeah, can I please talk?
Marco, no.
The KV220 also features a second turret on the roof for a 70.62mm DT machine gun.
Talk about the KV222.
Sorry, bye.
Talk about the KV222.
That's a fake vehicle. I will not talk about it.
Talk about it.
No, fuck meme tanks.
Talk about KV222.
Yeah, probably. It can be a bonus meme thing. I will, of course, advise viewers when I talk about that to not take my thing serious. It's all made up. It's a fake vehicle. Nothing is about it. It's clearly Photoshop.
I'm going to Wikipedia it.
But fuck. All right, the last KV I can think of is the the KV122 or 102. This is a KV85.
It's not photoshopped.
It's a KV85 with the IS-2's gun at 122mm. This is also like a try of taking the form of the IS-2. This is just trying to upgun the KV85s, removing the regular 85mm and putting the 122 found on IS-2s in the gun. I don't know much about it. I'm not even sure if it got used. Probably just a prototype or something. But yeah, I can't. Other than it features an it's a KV85 with an IS-2 gun. That's the only thing I know about it. Armor and all that is exactly the same around. Still the shitty armor.
But no, the KV222 is real.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Then show me. Show me your proof.
Sure, one second. I'm using the
By the way, KV1 and 2s were also used by the Germans in Finnish. The Finnish just capturing one and the Germans upgrading with a Panzer Force gun, fixing the lack of gunfire on the KV1. The KV2s were also captured by the Germans and put Panzer IV cupolas on the turret for better view for the commander. That's all I know about the That's all the KVs I can think of, because every other KV is fake.
No.
Marco, I swear to God.
I'll show you.
Show me then. Show me. I need the proof. Show me.
I'm going to.
Don't believe in the KV222. If you do, you have no knowledge about tanks if you actually think that's thing's real.
No.
A KV2,
you know a lot.
KV2 with 2 extra turrets on top of it is totally fake. The vehicle will flip over just trying to advance.
No, it's called KV222 is real.
No, it's completely fake.
No, it's not.
Let me find the actual picture and show you.
Right, it's in the chat. It's in the chat of this.
It's someone you do know that is Photoshop, right?
No, it's not. It's real. Explain why it's in black and white.
He just copied the regular turret from the actual image. You do know that?
No, you don't. You have
the guy that made it. The guy that made it Photoshop the second turret. This is the actual photo I'm sending right now. It's photoshopped. Yeah, he left. Well, guys, whatever Marco just said, don't believe him. The KV22 is fake. A guy took the regular picture and photoshopped the exact same vehicle over. Because if you're not, how can you explain the hanging pistol port being exactly the same on each turret of the KV-222? That is all about the KVs, I know. Alright, that is all KVs that Russia has made. There are some other ones, but there are probably more, but they're just called objects, so they don't fall in the same category. Although the SMK and the other is worth mentioning due to them being the competitors of the KV-1. So yeah, that's all to the KV-1 series. I don't know if Marco wants to start a stream. He just left me to die, I guess. What the hell happened?
I'm sorry.
What happened? Now, as I said, the KV-222 is not real. It's Photoshop. You should not believe in what you see on the internet. That's how people die.
Bro, the second one's photoshopped.
The one you sent is completely Photoshopped. If the KV-222 was real, it will not be able to drive. The thing would fall over, and the recoil from the guns will also make the machine fall over. Even how it's positioned in the picture would make it fall over.
They fire salvos. They fire like boom, boom, boom.
Guys, I think I should leave this podcast before I get a mental breakdown and call Marco some things that should not be said.
Do it.
So yeah,
Dude.
I'm probably gonna go now.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed my knowledge. If you don't, I don't really care because I cannot deal with anything right now because Marco has made this day shitty. So yeah, thank you for listening to me, and Marco, you are really annoying with fake tanks.
Hey, the KV-222 is real.
Goodbye.
At Daddy. And podcast.
You want to change that opinion?
What?
About the KV-222? You want to change your opinion? Or answer?
No, not at all.
Well, then I guess I should just be going.
Fine. Fine.